How's it going, YouTube? Now, if you are not new to my channel, you will know that I have talked constantly about this debate between, is college meant for acquiring skills for employment, or is it about the intellectual growth, and is it a sort of a balance between the two? And we really haven't quite decided, and no one has really come to an agreement on that. And so I had come across an opinion piece in the Chronicle of Higher Education written by Wendy Fishman and Howard Gardner, and they simply said students are missing the point of college. So what they did is, to add some context to this, what we were witnessing across the country is just a complete lack of engagement by students. They were not going to class, they were not turning in assignments, they just didn't care. And as much as we wanted to blame COVID for that, this has really been going on for several decades. And actually, prior to the pandemic, what Fishman and Gardner were doing is they were conducting a study where they interviewed 2,000 students, faculty, and staff about their experiences at their respective schools. And what they found is that 1/3 of those students expressed some sort of feelings of alienation. And it wasn't just alienation with their academics, but it was also feelings of alienation towards their peers and the college itself. And further, what they found with those students, and what they were doing is they were asking open-ended questions, they found that half of the students were completely missing the point of college. Well, what did they mean by that? Well, what the students shared is that they didn't see the value in what they were learning. And to add to that, they didn't understand why they had to take courses that were not related to their majors. And more importantly, or more significantly, they were really sort of approaching their college education from a transactional point of view. So what they were thinking is I go to school, I get good grades, I create a resume, I get my degree, and then I go and get a job. They didn't care about the classes, they didn't care about the intellectual growth, they did not care about the personal growth, they just wanted the piece of paper so that they could go start making money. And it became further enhanced as time has gone on. And it's kind of interesting because we as a society, we are sort of guilty of this, because what do we do in high schools? Well, we prepare students to go to college, and that's where it stops. We teach them to get good grades and to get into the schools that they want, but we don't really tell them what happens once they're there and what they need to take advantage of. We don't tell them that there is a lot to learn and a lot to take advantage of in order to grow as individuals. And we don't really quite explain the significance of faculty. So many students that I've worked with, they see faculty as just more high school teachers and not really subject matter experts who have actually conducted research in fields and are on the cutting edge of discovering new things. And so students don't quite know how to interact with faculty. And sometimes they try to lean on them for emotional support, where faculty are not really comfortable doing that. But at the same time, in this study from these authors, they were seeing that students were saying, my faculty are not supportive. And ironically, the faculty were saying, students are not coming to our office hours, and they're not taking us up on our offers to meet for coffee to talk about their concerns or the topics that they're studying. And so it's also interesting because we are guilty as colleges, because we really put this emphasis on attracting new students. So every time students want to come for tours, we show them the dining halls and the dorms and the new rec centers, and we really don't tell them about the mission of the college and what we hope that those students aspire to be. We focus on all of the marketing aspects so that they want to come and have a great experience. So it's no surprise that once they get here, they have no idea why they're here in the first place. And you may come across a lot of driven students, but they may be trying to live someone else's dream that they told them to do, such as their parents saying you need to major in this and go and be this as a professional. So what do colleges need to do? How do we address this? Well, we really need to emphasize our mission and what we want our students to be everywhere. We need to really get buy-in from faculty and staff, and not necessarily all faculty and staff, but faculty and staff who are going to embody that and live it. And then we can also, what the authors suggest is create sort of shared experiences. So the core courses or service learning opportunities where you can get groups of students together and have those common experiences, and then sort of weave in the institutional mission or some of the values that you share as an institution. If you make those present consistently, then students will start to absorb that as well. It was also suggested, and these were temporary suggestions, but essentially getting students on campus. So whether that's free parking or food pantries or mental health services, just getting the students there will allow them the opportunity to start to feel like they are part of that college. And I think this is interesting. I think if they were able to expand their sample size to over 10,000 students, I think they would find the same results. I think this is present everywhere, and I've seen it myself. And what it really is from personal experience is that the students need to come to campus to feel like they are part of a community. If they don't feel like they're part of a community, then it is just a chore. So what are you going to do with that? So it was an interesting study. I think there's a lot that we will continue to see with that. But I will leave you with that, and let me know in the comments if you have witnessed this yourself, or if you are a student and you are feeling the same way, if you are sort of feeling disenchanted with your college experience. And as always, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.